Welcome back again, ladies and gentlemen. Sports Gazette here. My name is Nana, and we are back again. We are coming to talk about UEFA Champions League final. Charlie, I promise you nothing but excitement in the final, Charlie. And the final is set on 30th of May in Budapest, between Arsenal and then PSG. And these two teams who I think it's a repetition of last season's semi-final between them. Because last season we saw Arsenal beating PSG, and PSG by slim margin knocking Arsenal out of the UEFA Champions League semi-final, and then subsequently went on to go and win it. So it wasn't that much a worry to the Arsenal because the opposition that knocked them out was the one who went on to go and win it. But it was a game that didn't highlight that Arsenal were bad in that game or what. They were it. It was just that PSG were more efficient than Arsenal. They have a player or attackers who can turn out for them in side games. And we saw in the second leg between Arsenal and PSG last season that if not for Donnarumma doing his Donnarumma things, then the tie would have been off in the first 10 minutes because Arsenal, Donnarumma made like I think 3 or 2 saves that should have ended back of the net, but due to Donnarumma doing his Donnarumma things, it kind of helped PSG, and then the subsequent came into the game and then knocked Arsenal out. But listen, before we talk about the game, we talk about Tuesday game and then Wednesday game. Let me tell you, if you're an Arsenal fan, don't let anybody, absolutely anybody, tell you that you are over celebrating the UEFA Champions League final. So it's like we shouldn't do that. We are over celebrating it. Listen, there is a team that have been in the trenches for the past 20 years. There is a team that have been a laughing stock for opposition fans. There is a team that we've been bantered. Like everyone, if they know that we Arsenal fans, we are that fragile. So anything that they would do to at least cause a havoc for us, then they will do it. They just laugh us in any other they want. So for it to be coming back and doing things that the opposition fan will not get anything bad to say about us, they will try and find something to say that will at least say that, oh yeah, this is what we say that they are. But listen, don't let anybody, don't let them. Nobody should tell you that Arsenal are over celebrating the UEFA Champions League final. It's been 20 years that they went to the UEFA Champions League final against Barcelona, which they lost. And for them to be back here 20 years again. And even since then, they've not made any significant impact in the UEFA Champions League final. Sports Gazette, my name is Nana. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel on all social media platforms. Follow us everywhere on all social media platforms. We are there. The name is Sports Gazette. Follow us. We have good content for you. Anything that you want. Come on, just hit us. If you want to discuss anything with us on all social media platforms, just our DMs are open for everyone. Just hit us and let's discuss whether it's sponsorship or anything. Just hit us on and then let's discuss everything. But Charlie, follow us on all social media, especially subscribe on the YouTube channel. Subscribe for me. That one is the most important for me. So subscribe for us so that we build a legacy. We do something good together. Yeah. But when you subscribe, post notification button on all. So anytime that we drop a video, you will see the pop-up on your screen so that you tap on it and go and watch the videos. But let's start from the game. Let's start from Tuesday's game, and then we come and finish with the Wednesday game. And then the Tuesday game was a game between Arsenal and then Atletico Madrid. We saw the first leg already. The first leg we saw Atletico team who wanted to get a result, at least win the game 2-1 or something, then come to the Emirates and come and get a draw. But it didn't materialize because this is any Arsenal team that you just cheer for no, it won't happen. So it was draw in the first leg, and then the second leg we saw a much improved Arsenal side because they were playing at home. By the way, those atmosphere at the Emirates, come on, Charlie. They should tell you that this Arsenal is back to where they belong. That atmosphere is the Barcelona's, the Liverpool's, the Real Madrid, the Bayern Munich, the recently PSG teams who create those kind of atmosphere for opposition team when they are playing at home. So for Arsenal to do that, even 1 hour before the game, you can see around the stadium that everywhere is choked, everywhere. And the fans really stood up from the first minute to the last end of the game. And I must applaud them. They really did well. They stood behind the team, and And they deserve it. They deserve it because they've been backing the team for God knows how many years now. So they deserve it. They really deserve it. So don't let anybody gaslight you that we are over celebrating it. We are not over celebrating anything. We've been in the trenches. We've been mocked. So listen, celebrate it while it lasts. When they final, everything can happen. So celebrate it. Celebrate it. But let's go into the game. We saw two teams who both teams wanted the result, but it seems like Arsenal wanted it more than Atletico Madrid. Let's start with the lineup. Arsenal started with their usual goalkeeper, David Raya, their usual back four, Gabriel Saliba, and then Ben White, and then Calafiori, which was a surprise to many people because they thought this thing Nkapie will start at the left back position, but Arteta switch up and then maintain that first 11 that he used to score Fulham over the weekend. So we scored Lewis Kelly in the midfield, partner with Declan Rice, and then Eze as the number 10, Saka, and then Trossard, and then it was Hanko and then Lenormand in the centre back position, and then midfield of Johnny Cardoso. No, it's Koke, and then Ademola Lookman, Simeone's son, and then attack of Julian Alvarez, and then Griezmann. It was a nice game. So this basically the lineup for both teams. Atletico Madrid came in with a 4-4-2 narrow. They wanted to defend and then hit on the counter, but Arsenal really responded very, very well. Arsenal really played very well, especially in the first half. Arsenal could have get like 2 goals in the first half because it seems like they wanted the results more than Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid were just waiting on their moment to just counter Arsenal, but Arteta really perfect that. But let me highlight one thing. See, you might not be a fan of the Mikel Arteta, but there's one thing that he has done very well that people need to understand it and appreciate it. Is he listened to all the public views and all those stuff, because we've been bashing him for the past weeks or month that the Zulmeni is tired. Just press him and bring him either Norgard or Marcelo Kelly, and he did that in the Fulham game, and Marcelo Kelly justified that. Simple. He justified it, and the game against Atletico Madrid, he did the same thing. So it kind of at least gives you some indication that Mikel Arteta is someone who listen and he react to situations. He did that perfectly, and in that game, Declan Rice was the one playing as a deep line playmaker or your defensive midfielder, and then Marcelo Kelly was doing the box-to-box movement on the field. But in the game against Fulham, Marcelo Kelly was rather playing the defensive midfield position, and then Rice was doing the box-to-box midfield job. So it has given some balance to the team, and in those 2 games we've seen Arsenal being free flowing. They play with some confidence. Marcelo Kelly is a player who is a forward-taking player. When he gets the ball, he just look for the next pass, then we give it forward. Zulmeni isn't that your player. He can give line breaking passes and all those stuff, but most of the times he's always calm on the ball, always want to control possession and all those stuff. So we saw it in the second half that when he came in, Atletico Madrid made 3 subs. Simeone made 3 subs. He brought in Johnny Cardoso, who again? I think Cardoso, Alex Bahenda, and then 1 player. Okay, and then Molina. So we saw that Calafiori is tired. So he brought in Molina. Molina is a player who is more attacking than defending. He understands the duty of attacking than defending. So a lot of time to Calafiori is tired because he was inverting into the midfield and then attack. So he was tired. So he brought in to come and utilize that spaces that he left behind. And then he brought on Bayenda to come and stabilize things in the midfield, because you have seen that Arsenal have taken over the midfield. What Mikel Arteta did, he also reacted perfectly. He brought on Odegaard, Nkapie, and then which player again? I think one player again. and then Noni Madueke, because at that time he has brought on an attacker. So you want to, and Saka minutes have to be managed because he's just returned from India and he's the most important piece of this Arsenal setup. So they need to manage him. So he brought on Madueke to come and have a little more of fresh energy to come and compete with the Atletico Madrid players that they brought on. Because they were coming with fresh energy. And then he brought on, Mikel Arteta also brought on Pierre-Emerick to counter what Simeone did with Molina coming in to come and utilize those spaces that this guy Calafiori will relieve when he go forward on attack. So he did that perfectly, and then he brought on Odegaard to come and stabilize it, because Eze is a player, when he gets the ball, he is looking for the next pass for the attacker to go and score. But Odegaard, he will give the pass, but he will wait for the moment to come before he give the pass. But Eze's pass is more of risk passes. He will risk it, but Odegaard will take his time, and he's calm on the ball. He's those players that will you find it difficult to take the ball off them. So when they brought on those players, you can see that now there is calmness. Atletico, what they wanted to do, Arsenal didn't allow them to do that, and it's because of those saves that he did. And one of the things that he did also was made Gyökeres. Oh my God, I think this is the best game that I've watched Gyökeres in. His movements, off the ball movement, hold that play, everything was on point. Everything was on point, Charlie. This is a player who is, I think, like, now the Arsenal team is more of understanding him now. They are understanding what we saw in the game against Fulham, the goal that the assist that he gave Saka. That was Eze who gave that pass. And in the game against Atletico Madrid too, the goal that Arsenal scored between him and Saka, he's also the same player who gave the pass to Trossard. But that pass came in from this time is from William Saliba. It's not Eze again. It was William Saliba, and it's for the same pattern that came from the Fulham game. So that will tell you that they are now understanding him, and he's also now understanding his teammates. And that was always going to happen, because the more that he trains with them, the more that he stays with them, the more that they play together, they will definitely understand each other. And I'm happy for him, because this is a player that they've been criticized a lot. That we've bought him with a lot of money, big money, and he's not doing anything. This is a player that they said is a flop, but he has, I think, 21 goal involvements in all competitions. A player that hasn't performed very well. So imagine that he started performing very well and scoring goals. Good for them. Good for them. And this man on your screens, Mikel Arteta, we need to applaud him, because this was an Arsenal team in the trenches. We were laughing stock for opposition fans, everyone who just stood up and say all kinds of things about Arsenal and then go, because no one will say anything that will, like, what you are saying is not true or all those stuff. But this man came in, he said, I want this, I want to do this, I want to do this. And the owners understand him, they back him. He said, I don't want this player, get me this player. They understand him, back him, and get him all those players. And today, we are reaping the results. Consistency is key in anything that you do in this life. Consistency is key in anything that you do in this life. Arsenal are unbeaten in the UEFA Champions League heading into the final. And you, as an opposition fan, you are telling me that I shouldn't celebrate because Arsenal cannot win the UEFA Champions League because they are facing a PSG team. Come on, listen, let's be honest here. If you, Manchester United fan, Bayern Munich fan, Barcelona fan, Chelsea fan, Manchester City fan, United fan, Real Madrid fan, whoever, and your team has this kind of impressive record heading into the UEFA Champions League final unbeaten, will you tell me that they cannot win the UEFA Champions League final because they are not playing good football? Which kind of football did Chelsea play in 2021-2022 when they went on to win the UEFA Champions League final? They were just waiting on their moments, counter-attacks. So we saw it in the game against Atletico Madrid. Atletico were doing all the necessary things, but just one moment, one counter-attack, and then Chelsea scored. That's it. The game, even the final against Manchester City, everyone doubted Chelsea, including me myself. I doubted that this is a Manchester City who is on the high, like they were playing some good football. They will always outscore their opponent. I didn't have them in them that Chelsea would score them, but Chelsea did it. How did they do it? They just got the first goal and then solid defensive unit. Solid. And today you are telling me that this kind of football, even the Arsenal one is more fluid than the Chelsea one. But you are telling me Arsenal cannot win because they are not playing fluid football. Apart from this hatred, heading into the final, Arsenal have beat most of the teams that people are touting them to be the champions, especially Bayern. Arsenal beat Bayern at the end with 3-1. It was emphatic. 3-1. They beat Atletico Madrid. They've met Atletico Madrid 3 times this season. They've beaten them twice and drawn with them 1. They've beaten Inter Milan in their own backyard. Giuseppe Meazza 3-1. They've beaten Atletico Bilbao in their own backyard, which is a tough place to go. They've beaten them 2-0. Leverkusen, Sporting CP. And you are telling me that they cannot win it. Come on, Charlie. The final is everyone's game. But let me tell you, Arsenal fans, enjoy the moment while it lasts. Enjoy it. Don't let anybody sit on your happiness. Enjoy it. See, all the players, Bukayo Saka, oh my God, Declan Rice. Mwah. I love you. What a player. He was playing in a position where he hasn't played for the past. I don't know the last time Declan played as a defensive midfielder, because it has been Mendy all this season. Played as a defensive midfielder. And he came into the game against Atletico Madrid, who also have a very good team, playing in the midfield as a defensive midfielder and then busting everywhere, winning the man of the match. This guy, I think we still owe West Ham 100 million again, because I think the 100 million is a bargain. It's a bargain. He's been absolutely monster for us ever since he stepped his foot in Arsenal Football Club, and it's every manager's dream. He's starting in every opposition team. Every manager would want to have Declan Rice in the midfield, and with him and Marcelo Skelly, I think Marcelo Skelly, if he keep on playing like this in the midfield and Arteta doesn't risk anything again, he's straight away going to the World Cup. Yeah, because in the game against Fulham, Tuchel was in the stadium, the England head coach, watching him. And in the game against Atletico Madrid too, the same thing. He came into the stadium to watch him again. So it kind of gives you, if you go on and start most of the game that's left, I think he's straight away going to the World Cup, and he will be playing the midfield. They can pair with Declan Rice. You just pull it out and go and put it in the England national team. Actually, congratulations to Arsenal. Congratulations. But let's get into the Wednesday game. Then we call it a day. I think Bayern Munich are very, very porous at the back. They are not good. They are not good because how can you tell me in the first 3 minutes of the game you started playing a high line? First 3 minutes, even though you are the one who wanted the goal, like you need a goal to do something, but you can't be risking things like that. First 3 minutes of the game, and you are playing a high line, and you pay for it. Look at the goal that they scored. Jonathan Tah was running as if he has played almost like 90 minutes already. He can't even run. They are not quick. This Bayern team is just that they have their men in the attack which can outscore their opponent most of the game. That's why. Because in their last 2 games or 3 games, they've considered like 9 or 8 goals. This can't be happening. You can't win Champions League with this kind of performances or this kind of defense. It cannot happen. Your attack will always score. Hurricane is there. Luis Diaz is there. Olise is there. They will always give you some 3 goals or 2 goals. But your team will also concede. Next season, they need to work on that. If they only want to win the Champions League, they need to work on that, because their defense is very, very poor. It's not good. Jonathan Tah and then Upamecano, they are not quick enough to be playing for Bayern Munich and winning the UEFA Champions League final. No. So I think PSG deserve to go through. PSG know what is at stake. So after they scored the goal, you can see that they were doing like they weren't risking it like how they did it in the first leg when they went 5-2 up. They were just maintaining possession, and Bayern got their chances. But I think they were good enough, like their defense were good enough to bail them out when they were attacking. So Bayern did that. Liverpool, PSG did the necessary thing, and Luis Enrique is doing something that people we need to talk about him a lot, because back-to-back Champions League final with a team that doesn't have a history or have anything that you can say, oh, this is a team that's rich in history to compete or do this thing. No, they are not. They just won their first Champions League last season, and for it to be back-to-back Champions League final, I think they are good. If he goes on to win it, that's another thing. If he goes on to win it, he will become one of the greatest managers in the UEFA Champions League, because now he has two, and the one that has won a lot of Champions League is Carlo Ancelotti. So if you go on to win this one, you've won 3. You've won the same as Pep Guardiola. So you can compare him to Pep Guardiola, because he's done it 2 different clubs. You see, so he's doing something marvelous. But the final there is set in Budapest, 30th of May. Don't miss it. That game is going to be a cracker. It's going to be a cracker. But let me know your thoughts. If you, Arsenal fan, you will let someone ridicule you that you are over celebrating it, then it's your own case. Me, I won't let you tell me that I'm over celebrating a UCL semifinal. Never. But no. Ya walk around to work on no Charlie. Kwe. Only to talk more than watch a BNA. Ya bro. Ya bre as an ability to be Arsenal Football Club. So today we are in this position and you want us to be quiet. And Arsenal have a chance to win a double, which will be the greatest history in the club, for the club, because Arsenal haven't won the Champions League before. They won the Premier League 20 years ago, or 20 or 21 years ago. So it should tell you something. And Arteta will be the greatest manager for Arsenal all time if you go on to win the double, the UEFA Champions League, and then the league, which I think they will win it, because Manchester City have given them the upper hand already. After they draw against Everton, they've given them the upper hand. So Charlie, Arsenal on the verge of making history, something that hasn't happened in the club's history. So if you're an Arsenal fan, lock in. Don't let anyone deceive you that we are not good enough to win anything. Let's go on. The only thing that we know is we go on final. We go to the final to go and win. We don't go there to go and entertain. And knockout football, we don't go there to go and entertain. Be there. PSG, you know, see, oh, in there, like they don't know how to defend. Yesterday, when they mattered good, do you see how they were defending? Do you see it? So for you to get a result, and me, I'm very confident that Arsenal will win the UEFA Champions League. Me, I don't see those kind of thoughts that Arsenal that are almost going to PSG. Who are they? They'll be very good. Understand? But you can't tell me that. See, this PSG, I don't have the tactical body. Like I will show you something that they are very porous at their back. Most times when you hit them on the counter, you can see that Vitinha, their deep line playmaker or defensive midfielder, is most time in the opposition half when they are being attacked. Don't worry, we will meet in the final. We will meet in the final. We will do another analysis on the final before the final is being played on 30th. We are about 3 weeks away. Just lock in on Arsenal fans. Lock in. Don't let anyone ridicule you. Anyway, my name is Nane, Sports Gazette here. That's my analysis on the UEFA Champions League semi-final that happened yesterday and then Tuesday. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. If you're not positive, let me know your thoughts. If it will your team who was on this run to the final, will you say they can't win it? Let me know all your thoughts. Manchester City, Real Madrid fans, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, whoever, Real Madrid, all of you, let me know your thoughts. The comment section is there for you. Thank you very much. See you in the next video again. Peace.